Good morning. Welcome to Just for Today, a time of eclectic reading, sharing of perspectives, meditation, and prayer. I'm Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader of the newly joined Centers for Spiritual Living Communities of Greater Baltimore and Columbia, Maryland. Today is October 31st. Happy Halloween for those that celebrate such a holiday. This morning I am reading from Living the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. And I opened it up to page 252. And it offers us this. In the first paragraph. The title of this whole section is Let Us Not Fool Ourselves. And the first paragraph offers us this. In the science of mind, we do not say everything is all right when it is all wrong. We do not say peace when there is no peace, but rather we try to discover what is wrong and why we do not have peace. We do not say that people are not poor, sick, or unhappy. We ask why these things should be if the original cause of all things is harmonious, perfect, radiant, and happy. And so what that sparks in me is really it's the exploration. It's the antidote to spiritual bypass, if you will. Because what we teach and what the universe keeps teaching us is that everything we experience is a reflection of some thought, is a manifestation of some thought. That thought, and science is proving the same thing with quantum physics, that the idea, the observer, collapses energy into form. It's the same thing that spiritual law talks about, that, thoughts are things, and the activity of law receives thought and then manifests it in form. Saying the same thing, different ways of saying it. And so if what we're experiencing is chaos, is hurtfulness, is poverty, is stress, is negativity, rather than pretending like those things aren't real, we get to recognize, we get to take a deep dive and discover, come aware of what is operating in human belief that is showing up as divisiveness. What is operating in the paradigm of humanity that is showing up as the desire for power over? What is showing up in ways that are hurtful? And then, once we become aware of what doesn't work, we can do spiritual mind treatment, change our thinking, change our lives, to shift that thinking. Another way to look at it is TFUA. Our thoughts create our feelings create our urges lead to our actions repeated become habits repeated become an unconscious way of living life. And so wherever we become aware in that process, whether it's at the feeling or at the experiential level, to start there and unravel what, if I start at the feeling level, if I'm feeling anxiety, what am I telling myself that is creating anxiety? If I observe a behavior and I'm like, whoa, what was that about? What urge preceded that behavior? What feeling preceded that urge? What thought preceded that feeling? Now I am empowered to change that. And it's a process. We're not going to get, at least I haven't, been spot on with every change every time. And so you change your thinking, it changes your feeling, it changes your urge, you change your action. Now we get to see, is that in alignment with what I wanted? Well, it's closer, but it's not quite there. We go through the process again. And we just keep doing that until we come into alignment with the truth of our being. It's really that simple, which in no way indicates it's easy. Let's be clear. Simple does not necessarily translate to easy. It just means it's simple. Right? There are far fewer moving parts to changing our lives than we make it complicated, and that's a great way to avoid ever doing it. Right? We make it so complicated that we talk ourselves out of even trying. So I invite you, uncomplicate the process. Your life is your life. And it's never separate from this thing called life. And so while we heal one, we heal the whole. It's just that simple. What heals one place heals every place. One body, many cells, all impacted, all created out of the same substance. What are we going to do with it? So I'm going to read a reading one more time, because I see we had some folks join in after the reading. And this comes from page 252 in Living the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. It's the first paragraph under the heading, Let Us Not Fool Ourselves. In the science of mind, we do not say everything is all right when it is all wrong. We do not say peace when there is no peace, but rather we try to discover what is wrong and why we do not have peace. We do not say that people are not poor, sick, or unhappy. We ask why these things should be if the original cause of all things is harmonious, perfect, radiant, and happy. So let's take that into our time of meditation and contemplation. one power, everywhere present, one substance expressing itself in manifest form of diversity. No two expressions alike, by design, by intention. Infinite possibility continuously unfolding and expressing. Known by many, many names. In this moment, I choose to call it life. To recognize it is life. One life, the only life. Living itself as life. And in the reality of itself, one substance, emanating, manifesting in form, I am that. And so I know that all that this one life is, lives, moves, and has its being in, through, and as me. Consciousness itself made manifest in form. And what is true of me is true of all creation. Everything, a thought, a desire of this infinite life to know and express itself and experience itself, individualized as each and every one of us. And so I know that I am empowered by it to be it. That the creative process of life itself is the creative process within me. Fully active all the time. And so I am intentional. I am diligent. I take complete ownership of all of my thoughts. And I invite those that are hidden from my immediate awareness to come into my awareness, taking full ownership, full responsibility, fully owning that within me is the ability to respond to every experience from that life-centered place within me. So I welcome every thought that is in alignment and every thought that is out of alignment. I welcome every thought. I welcome the awakening and the awareness within my experience so that I may more fully participate in the healing, in the awakening, aligning thought with source, with the substance that is all. Aligning thought with the harmonious operation of one, so that what is made manifest is the harmonious operation of one. To hold peace so intently, so completely, that peace manifests everywhere. To hold spiritual principle until it manifests in form. And I am grateful. Grateful for the awakening, grateful for the activity of law that always and only says yes, that simply receives thought, desire, and makes it so in form and experience. Reflecting back to each what is held in mind, in consciousness, what is believed, what is thought. With grace, free of guilt, shame, and blame, and fully empowered to shift. Grateful for this continuous creative process that never stops. And so knowing that the word spoken is the word received, is the word made manifest, I move through this day looking for the evidence of that, looking for the manifestation of clarity, the manifestation of awareness, the empowerment of shift, the harmonious operation of one. And so I let go of anything and everything that would obscure my experience. I let go of every fear and doubt that would in any way hinder my full experience of spiritual alignment in, through, and as me. I surrender this human self to the divine self. And I claim my oneness with all that is. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amin. Amen. And so it is. Namaste.